Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. How is everybody doing today? I hope everybody is doing good. I'm doing really good today. Anyway, today we are going to talk about Erika Kirk. Now, I don't want to go too hard on her because I'm afraid that she might truly be a grieving widow. But uh, there's something about her that I feel is not authentic. I feel like she's faking it, and she's not even a good actress, to be honest. But anyway, before I start talking about her, kindly do subscribe to my channel and press the like button and leave a comment on my channel. It will help a lot. Thank you so much. So let's get started. Anyway, I just want to share clip to you guys about Erika Kirk during the Charlie Kirk Memorial event. Now, this event was attended by hundreds of thousands of people. I believe it was 100,000 people. It was a huge event, and she was giving a speech. This was, I believe, it was 1 week after Charlie Kirk's death. Anyway, let's play it. 1 second. Okay, let's play it first. Like, first of all, when I first saw this clip, it was actually a clip on X, or formerly known as Twitter. And it was just a snippet of this video. And I saw this clip of her walking out from the backstage. And my first thought was, oh my God, it's Trish Stratus. And she's going to get inducted in the Hall of Fame. I literally thought this was the WWE Hall of Fame event. And I was like, but wait a minute. I remember Trish was already inducted in the WWE Hall of Fame. And I was like, huh? So who is this? So I continue playing. And then I saw her face and was like, huh? Like, this is supposed to be your husband's memorial event, and you're making this a spectacle? Like, there's fireworks? I mean, like, this doesn't this doesn't feel like a memorial event to me. This doesn't feel any, it's like it doesn't feel intimate. That's what a memorial should be. So I was already okay, that was weird. And then when we go on to the speech, I'm just gonna play this first. I mean, again, I don't want to be like too harsh on her because she could probably be grieving, I don't know, but based on this speech alone, I feel like it's not genuine, if I'm being honest. I mean, like, where the actual F with the, I mean, please forgive me. Like, what's with the whisper? It's like, to me, it's like she's a very bad actress that is trying so hard to make the speech sounds believable. Am I too harsh or not? Maybe I am, I don't know. But anyway, let's continue playing. And then she keeps on wiping these non-existing tears. And throughout this speech, I saw no tears at all. But she keeps on wiping these non-existing tears. Something about her is not right. So I did an extra research on this, and I end up finding something very interesting about her. First of all, one second. Sorry guys, I couldn't find the video just now, but I finally found it. So I'm just gonna let it play first. This is kind of mind blowing, so pay attention to this.
Somebody began to get Erika all kinds of crazy detail not to cooperate with law enforcement. That she'd staffed the event with outsiders, now believed to have intelligence ties. If that's true, then everything changes. Because this wouldn't just be a tragedy, it would be a coup. And when you trace her network and her families, the funding, the foreign contracts, the strange partnerships, the same question keeps coming up. How far up the chain did this go? All the way to the top? All the way to Tel Aviv?
Like, I know what happens to people who talk, but the gag order,
Sorry guys.
that judge can go. This is America, not Israel. Every time Erica got involved in a turning point event, something felt off. People got pulled from their posts for no clear reason, replaced with names nobody recognized. They weren't loud about it, they just appeared. They'd hover, take notes, make little adjustments. It wasn't like they were running things outright, more like they were watching, testing reactions. And they did strange things. Subtle stuff. Asking for background checks on re
By the way, shout out to TPV Sean. This is a very good episode. I'm not gonna play all of it, but I'm gonna play some part of it, which I find to be crucial.
routing internal comms through temporary systems nobody could verify. Requesting access to attendee lists that had nothing to do with their role. Utah Valley University was when it really spiraled. It was supposed to be a normal event. Instead, everything was confusion. Schedules changing midday, supplies missing, people told conflicting things. The rest of us were running in circles trying to hold it together, and those same new faces were everywhere, always nearby, always listening. What most people don't realize is that Erica had already started acting like CEO before Charlie even died. She was giving orders, making executive calls, speaking for the organization in ways that made all of us uncomfortable. Charlie would try to intervene and she'd just talk over him. Like,
I'll be like, if this is true, again, if this is true, this is not verified. But if this is true, I mean, this is really crazy. It's just crazy, and it explains why she doesn't look like she's sad. She looks like she acts like she's sad, and she's not even acting that well. If we're being honest, I mean, like there's not even a single tear that comes out, and she keeps on wiping it. I cannot get over that part actually. But anyway, let's continue playing.
he didn't even matter anymore. And then, just days after he died, they announced her as the new CEO. Like she was some kind of savior stepping in during a tragedy. That didn't sit right with anyone who'd been there. We all saw what was happening. Charlie had started finding things out months before Utah. family, about the money, deep state ties, and worse, stuff connected to those private charities and offshore accounts. The pedophilia networks. He tried to make sense of it, didn't want to believe it. I think part of him hoped he was wrong. He kept digging anyway. Eventually, he told
Notice how this person, the whistleblower, I believe it's a woman. I mean, like, looks like this person has a very long hair. Looks like it's styled like a girl, but let's just presume that it's a she. And then this person, she was saying that there's she found out that Charlie Kirk found out about the child trafficking network. Sorry, I'm just gonna have to censor myself a little bit. I don't want to get a strike from YouTube, but you guys know what I meant, right? So she was talking about the trafficking network, uh, and notice how Erika Kirk was the founder of the Romanian Angels of Niche. You see how it's connecting right now? Hmm? And also, by the way, just now we were talking about Erika Kirk was contacted by Miss USA to go to audition, right? Out of the blue. And guess what? Guess who owns Miss USA? It was Donald Trump. At that time, Donald Trump was the owner of Miss USA. So my mind is just blown. I mean, like, it all makes sense now. And then when you consider the fact that Trump was saying that Jeffrey Epstein was a Democrat hoax, is he saying that right now there's no large scale trafficking network? Could he also be involved in these things? You see, everything just connects very well. And anyway, let's continue playing.
her she had to take a step back. And she told him over his dead body. And that's exactly what happened. They called it an accident, but anyone who was there knows it wasn't. The whole day felt orchestrated, like someone had written the script in advance and we were all just acting it out. Uh, I know what saying this out loud means, but someone has to, before the algorithms rewrite history and turn her into a saint.
Bombshell evidence now suggests the breach inside Turning Point USA, the one that exposed Charlie Kirk's private communications, finances, and internal audits, didn't come from hackers overseas. It came from inside. The data wasn't stolen, it was extracted, siphoned directly into a foreign tech firm with ties to Israeli intelligence. And here's the shocker. Erika Kirk's mother, Laurie Fransby, sits on that company's board. We have the smoking gun after this word from our sponsor. It turns out that the
Okay, I'm just going to forward this a bit. One second.
you can watch it and learn more below this video to look. New evidence is surfacing that Israel had been spying on Charlie Kirk's daily operations, and through him, gaining access to the rest of conservative America's data. Sources familiar with the investigation reveal that Israeli intelligence gained access to Kirk's communications via Mossad backdoors, allowing them to see everything he was working on. Every email, every message sent and received, and to scoop up the personal data of everyone who had any contact with Turning Point USA and its sprawling network of apps and online portals. And it gets even darker. According to multiple researchers, all signs now point to a larger operation. Israel and its allies in the global elite, using Turning Point USA as a Trojan horse to spy on tens of millions of Americans. At the center of this digital web is a network of apps tied to Turning Point USA, including Turning Point USA, Turning Point Action, Early Vote Action, the Western Journal, Conservative News America, and
By the way, um, Erika Kirk's mother, Charlie Kirk's mother-in-law, she is actually the one of the board of director of Superfit Technologies Inc. Coincidence? Anyway, let's continue playing.
Numerous state GOP apps. Evidence shows these were developed by Superfeed Technologies Incorporated, a foreign for-profit company with extremely murky global ties. The fine print reveals these apps are sharing your personal information, including user IDs, device and other IDs, your location, including your precise location at any given time, and all app interactions, all comments, all opinions, all behavior online. Every click monitored, logged, and used to build a profile on you. If you've ever interacted with these apps even once, I hope your data was protected. I hope you are anonymized. Because when you understand who we're dealing with, the people who've openly declared the internet as their new battleground, you'll start to realize something. You're not just a user, you're a target. And once you see that, the picture gets a whole lot darker. Ready to go down the rabbit hole? The chairman of the board and CEO of Superfeed is none other than Tyler Bowyer, a senior figure at both Turning Point USA and Turning Point Action. For a company handling the private data of American citizens to be run by a Turning Point USA insider under a foreign registration raises unprecedented questions about who's really in control of the movement. But the revelations don't stop there. In an even bigger shock, researchers have uncovered that Erika Kirk's own mother, Laurie Francevy, whose deep intelligence and federal connections were exposed in our previous videos, also sits on Superfeed's board. That's right, the mother of Charlie.
Notice how he was saying that Charlie Kirk's mother-in-law is the board of director of Superfeed, who would later on sell information to Israel government. I mean, not to sell it, pass on to the Israel government. I mean, like, that's very weird. And also, we have to remember that before Charlie was shot, while he was still alive, he was starting to question the Israeli government actions. Just to show some examples, remember this interview?
So I'm in Israel many times. When I first heard this story, I still had the same gut instinct that I did initially. I find it very hard. I've been to that gut. You cannot go 10 feet without running into 19 with an AR-15 automatic machine gun. That's an IDS. Right? The whole country is surveilled. And so let me just kind of go through this. We don't talk about Israeli politics very often, and most Americans don't know this. The last 9 months, Israel was in the greatest civil war. It's not an exaggeration. This judicial stuff, there were hundreds of thousands of Israelis taken to the streets because Bibi Netanyahu was basically redefining the Israeli constitution. That's not an exaggeration, right? He said the judicial branch has too much power. There were protests planned this week against Netanyahu, where they anticipated tens of thousands of people to take to the streets. That's all gone. Netanyahu now has, that's all gone. Netanyahu now has an emergency government and a mandate. I'm not willing to go so far as saying that Netanyahu knew or there was intelligence, but I think some questions need to be asked. Was there a stand down order? Was there a stand down order? 6 seconds.
I mean, obviously, there is a stand down order. Israel is a highly guarded, highly patrolled country. It's a very small country to begin with. It's the size of New Jersey. And it's very highly guarded. There's military all over the place. I've never been to Israel, by the way, but I've read that they have military all over the place, all over the country. So why does it took hours before they can respond to Hamas? Hmm? I mean, I don't know. You guys make your own conclusion. But there's another thing I want to show. This is a screenshot of Charlie Kirk's group WhatsApp text between him and several other pro-Israeli people. So he was saying that just lost another huge Jewish donor $2 million a year because we won't cancel Tucker. I'm thinking of inviting Candace. In case you guys didn't know, Charlie held a TPUSA event in which he invited Tucker Carlson to give a talk, and obviously the pro-Israeli pro-Israeli group doesn't like it because Tucker has been on fire lately. I mean, like, he's been spilling the beans on Israel and how much he doesn't like Israel. Mostly, he's been talking about his disgust on the Israeli government, and that's a big no-no for the establishment. hmm And then he was say, "I'm thinking of inviting candidates, which they hate even more." And then whoever this person is, the identity of this person has been blocked. But whoever this person is was saying, and Charlie Kirk responded by saying, Jewish donors play into all the stereotypes. I cannot and will not be bullied like this, leaving me no choice but to leave the pro Israel cause. And whoever that person was, he or she responded by saying, please don't invite Candace. That might feel good short term, but it's not good long term, in my opinion, blah blah blah. And it's obvious that Charlie Kirk was beginning to change his mind about the Israeli government. He especially doesn't like Benjamin Netanyahu. I presume based on the video that he was just talking in the interview and based on the screenshot, right? So here is my take on the situation with Erika Kirk and the mother-in-law and whatever. This is just my opinion. This is just my conclusion. I have no proof to say it, so don't come after me, okay? But this is just my opinion. First of all, we need to remember that Erika Kirk was discovered to enter the TPUS, Miss USA competition, which was owned by Donald Trump at that time. Okay, Trump later became president, and Erika Kirk continued to have a working relationship with Donald Trump. Charlie Kirk will later on have a working relationship with Trump too. I mean, like, he literally campaigned all over the place for Donald Trump, right? And there were rumors that they were introduced by Trump, even though that's not the official narrative. But I have read somewhere, this has not been verified, that they were introduced by Trump. But anyway, so uh, I believe, based on this prospect, I believe that Erika Kirk is Charlie Kirk's handler. I mean, like, we have the mom who is on the board of Superfit, you know, the company that pass information to Israel, and Superfit provide app services to TPUSA. So Superfit has all the information that TPUSA have. They have all the information that uh, uh, TPUSA followers have. You have records of their conversation of all the TPUSA followers conversation in there, and they could be passed um, to Israel. I also almost forgot about this thing. I found an article where Israel actually spent up to $4.1 million in bid to bolster support among Christians in Western US. I mean, like, this is very interesting because JTA, what is JTA, by the way? Um, not sure whether it is. With its popularity in the United States crashing, Israel is bankrolling what organizers say will be the largest campaign of its kind to bolster support among evangelical churches. Until recently seen as an unshakable base support for the Jewish state, the foreign ministry has hired an American firm to run the campaign, with plans to spend as much as $4.1 million on marketing aimed at Christians across the western part of the country, according to newly filed federal disclosure. The documents filed last week under the Foreign Agents Registration Act revealed that Show Face by Works LLC will execute what it bills as the largest Christian church geofencing campaign in US history. Just 6 days before the Charlie Kirk shooting. And then when I double check with Grok, here it says, here, start from here. At Kirk's September 21, 2025 memorial, 277,000 attendees at the State Farm Stadium, Arizona. TPUSA spokesman Andrew Colvett bragged their tech partners Superfit tracked 277,000 devices via geofencing. Was this a data harvest for Israeli propaganda? Post-claim apps like TPUSA ping external servers, one in Seattle, others routing to Yaya Soft in Israel, Ukraine, collecting dangerous permissions, location contacts without clear consent. So, was the Charlie Kirk Memorial actually a place for them to steal data? Hmm? So again, this is my theory actually. One second. Grok actually made highlight it very clearly. So this is my opinion. I feel like Erika Kirk is Charlie Kirk's handler. He was being matchmade into marrying her, and then through her mother-in-law, they have the tech spyware where they steal informations uh, via TPUSA and so on. And then the faction, as in Charlie Kirk, was starting to rebel against the pro-Israeli movement. So that's unacceptable. And then there was a hit, and he was assassinated. There was a replacement, Erika Kirk. After that, mission continues. Do you guys agree or not? Hmm? Hmm. I don't know. I don't know what to think anymore. I feel like this Charlie Kirk case is going to bring a much bigger significance to the entire world, not just in the USA. I think this thing will blow up, and I highly doubt that they are going to win this time. Like I did with the Tyler Robinson video, like people no longer buy the official narrative. People are going to continue to speak up about this. And I really feel like the cabal is falling down. Also, I find it weird that why lately it seems like many of the major podcasters, they are starting to speak out against Israel. Not just the major podcasters, by the way. I was shocked to find that even major news outlets like CNN, CNBC, and so on, they are starting to speak out against Israel when 20 years ago you cannot do that. If you do that, then your career will be over. But why is it lately that you're allowed to do that? This is another one of my theory. I feel like they actually want Israel to go down because they know the current state of Israel. They know the current Israeli government, the current country as in its current form cannot survive for long because Israel has made too many enemies. They have too many neighbors that hate them. They cannot survive. So I feel like it's time for this is just part of their plan in order to make Israel totally fall, and they're going to have to transfer all these Israelis into the Ukrainian land. Why do you think there's this prolonged war in Ukraine to begin with? there's also rumors that corporations are buying Ukrainian lands. Why are they buying Ukrainian lands when it's currently in a war zone? I mean, like the land is worthless, right? Why are you buying this land? That is probably going to be my next video. Okay, so I will cover all of that. But anyway, thank you for watching my video, and if you like it, kindly subscribe and like it, and please leave a comment, and please kindly check my other videos. I mean, like, I believe that if you have watched this video, then I believe that it's worth checking the Tyler Robinson video that I have done before. So I will leave a link on the description below. You can watch it. Alright, everybody. Thank you for watching my video. See you again. Bye bye.